Hi friends, can't lose weight? Here are my top 10 breakfast foods to elevate your metabolism. That's right, no matter what your age, your food can change your resting metabolic rate, which translates into weight loss. Now, each of these foods can only go so far by themselves. And really, all of these foods are what I strive to eat in every meal. Number 10 is a food that contains a powerful antioxidant called sulforaphanes. If you haven't heard, sulforaphane is a longevity molecule that protects your DNA. Foods that contain sulforaphane are frankly not that tasty to eat. They are bitter and contain a lot of fiber, but they are very important to eat. And that's why I try to eat at least 1 cup per meal. And this particular food is kale. Now, there are so many kales to choose from, but I eat the dinosaur kale for that green color. And to make it taste better, I chop it up finely, or sometimes I just blend it with some berries. When I eat green leaves, I always pick the darkest, greenest leaves to eat. That's because I want that chlorophyll. In the middle of the chlorophyll is a magnesium molecule. Magnesium is the most abundant mineral in your body, necessary for over 300 enzymatic reactions, which include protein metabolism, muscle and nerve functions, blood pressure, blood sugar regulation, and even vitamin D. Your magnesium status cannot be accurately assessed because most of it is in your bones and your cells. And some people believe the best test is to give you IV magnesium and measure how much you are urinating out. That's not really practical. So usually we check a serum magnesium, but that's not accurate. And those who are magnesium deficient will struggle to get their vitamin D elevated, even if they take supplements. They'll struggle with blood pressure and blood sugar control. They'll have muscle fatigue, maybe some cramps, aches, wake up in the middle of the night with a Charlie horse, have pains. That's just the beginning. When magnesium deficiency is severe, you can have heart arrhythmias, vomiting, nausea, seizures. It can even lower your blood calcium and potassium levels. Now, despite how important magnesium is, half of Americans don't have an adequate intake because they're not eating foods high in magnesium. And that's basically beans and greens. And you can't just eat a little. You actually have to eat enough of them. So I personally supplement because I even have problems getting my greens in. And it's been shown for decades that those who supplement have better magnesium levels. However, for those with kidney issues, they really need to talk to their nephrologist before changing their diet or using any dietary supplements. Now, I know some people are against taking supplements, and I just want you to know that medical doctors prescribe supplements all the time, and there are lots of human clinical data that taking the right supplements can be beneficial. And the supplements medical doctors prescribe, well, oftentimes they're the same supplements you can buy over the counter. Now remember, a supplement is only a supplement if you're actually eating and absorbing those nutrients in the correct amounts. And the correct amounts will differ when your physical activity changes or when your health changes. For example, the days that you go to amusement parks will require more nutrients than the days when you're just sitting at work. However, many people eat a ton of empty calories at amusement parks. And if you're struggling with health issues or trying to recover, let's say from surgery, you will need more nutrients, specifically more vitamins, minerals, and phytonutrients. But are you getting them in your food? How do you know if you're getting enough? It's actually really hard to know, and hence the benefit of supplements. So let's take vitamin C. Many people only think about vitamin C when they get sick. That's because they believe it will boost their immune system. Well, if that's the only time you're getting vitamin C, that's probably why you keep getting sick. Vitamin C is essential for your health, but your body can't make it and it can't store it. You need to get it every day. Vitamin C is what allows your brain to work, your skin to look young and healthy, your immune defense to be strong, your blood to flow properly, and your bowels to get rid of toxins. A person who's physically active, let's say an athlete, they're going to need more vitamin C than me. I'm just sitting at a desk. And people with dry skin, acne, open wounds, you're going to need more vitamin C than a person without those problems. Vitamin C gives your body the equipment to heal. Now, the RDA is really a minimum dose to avoid scurvy, which is a disease people still get. And if that's your goal, you've missed the boat of health. Like all diseases, there are different shades of severity. The 16th to 18th century sailors all learned the hard way that a diet of meat, dairy, and bread, that's gonna literally give you an early and painful death from scurvy, vitamin C deficiency. The sailors who survived got shipwrecked on an island full of vegetables and fruits, which nursed their health back so that they could go tell their buddies back in England. And despite 2 million sailors dying from scurvy, people still don't appreciate the power of eating fresh fruits and vegetables daily. But unlike sailors, you actually can find vitamin C in your stores. And if you don't get enough vitamin C from your foods, there's nothing wrong with using supplements. Just remember, if you're only eating cooked fruits and vegetables, Just know that they have much less vitamin C than the fresh counterparts. By the way, guess which fruit has the highest vitamin C? If you think it's the orange, that's because the first documented randomized controlled medical trial on record was done by an English Navy doctor who nursed sailors with scurvy back to health. And he used oranges. But oranges don't have as much vitamin C as a kiwi. But what has even more vitamin C is a red bell pepper, which is equivalent to 3 medium oranges. Now, number 9, I always eat some kind of fresh fruit for breakfast, and there are so many choices. And that's why number 9, pick any fresh fruit to eat. My kids usually make me a breakfast salad and chop up fruits and vegetables for me. Number 8 is another fruit that has vitamin C, but it's also high in fiber and actually low in sugar. And this is really helpful because I blend this with my kale to make smoothies for my kids. I don't actually like to blend other fruits like apples or pears because that releases the sugars and causes peaks and troughs of insulin. When insulin spikes up and down, it's actually not beneficial if you're trying to control your mood, trying to stay full, and trying to lose weight. However, blended blueberries, it doesn't do that. People think it's because it's high in fiber, but it's also because it's low in sugar. And that dark purple color is loaded with anthocyanins, which are known to inhibit digestive enzymes. Now, number 7 is a spread that I fell in love with when I visited my brother in Michigan. I was really skeptical and actually almost afraid to eat it in the beginning, but after one bite, I was hooked. That is hummus, which is basically pureed garbanzo beans with roasted garlic, tahini, which is ground sesame paste, onion powder, and lemon juice, and some olive oil. And if you want some salt, try adding some miso. I use this as a salad dressing. Beans have been shown to reduce cholesterol, blood sugar, and help people lose weight. And this is why I add extra beans to my salad, which is number 6. Now, I mentioned that I used to be overweight as a child in previous videos. I didn't decide to lose weight until I was a teenager. And really, I put myself on a salad diet. It was tasteless. But my mom kept canned beans in the house. So I decided to add some canned black beans and realized I really liked the texture. It helped me swallow the salad and it kept me full for hours. Number 5 has 10 grams of fiber, 4 grams of polyunsaturated fats, and is rich in vitamin E and potassium. It is delicious with any salad. It is the fat-rich fruit avocado. I'm always looking for foods high in potassium because potassium is critical for life. 97% of Americans struggle to meet their daily needs of potassium, which is literally mostly in beans and greens. And when you don't get enough potassium, you're going to have elevated blood pressure, kidney stones, cramps, irregular heartbeats, and really, I don't think you're going to think very clearly. Avocado is why I love eating my breakfast salad. Number 4 is a sauce that I try to eat with every meal, and it does taste great with salads. It has polyphenols and a compound called acetic acid. Now, if you have blood sugar problems, you really should add it to all your food. I vividly remember my parents eating this daily and using it as a dipping sauce for their dumplings. If you guessed balsamic vinegar, you are correct. Acetic acid increases a metabolic enzyme called AMP kinase to curb your appetite, reduce your total cholesterol, improve your blood sugar and insulin resistance, and to increase your metabolism. Did I mention it reduces fat in your liver? 2 teaspoons with every meal is the target. And as an infectious disease doctor, I'm actually comforted that can help reduce bacteria in my food. I've been trying different balsamic vinegar infused with different fruits. They are delicious. Number 3 is a fruit I have always loved that is rich in lycopene, a powerful antioxidant. But just taking lycopene as a supplement won't help you lose weight. However, if you eat a ripe tomato daily, you can improve your blood sugar, cholesterol, and triglycerides, and drop a couple of pounds after a month. By the way, tomatoes go great with balsamic vinegar. Now, I used to shred cheese on my salad. That really didn't help my cholesterol or weight loss. I tried a plant-based cheese, but I realized that's just full of saturated fat, which I'm trying to avoid. Saturated fat is inflammatory, and it contributes to high ApoB lipoprotein levels. Instead, try to sprinkle number 2, some nutritional yeast, which has a cheesy taste and is rich in B vitamins. It reduces respiratory colds and allergies and improves your blood pressure and can actually help you lose 5 pounds in about 12 weeks. Now, people with Crohn's or hidradenitis suppurativa really should avoid nutritional yeast. Number 1 is my favorite beverage. I actually drink at least 24 ounces by noon. This beverage is essential to life, and drinking 2 cups of this before all your meals can help suppress your appetite and help you lose weight. If you guessed that that's water, you would be correct. Water is vital for all your machinery to work. People so easily get dehydrated and they don't even realize it. Now, I mentioned ApoB lipoprotein. If you haven't heard of it before and would like to learn more, watch the next video.